Hi folks, after you have successfully followed the instructions for deploying the Flask user starter app and have logged in, you should navigate to the admin tools right here. So you'd be here and then just um, navigate here. Then you will see two buttons, a users button and a roles button. You won't see this courses button. This is what you're going to have to actually create yourself. But let's first look at the users button. So if you go to users, it lists all your users, which you can edit or delete. And these accounts come by default in the application. But let's just create a user real quickly. So and then here you can also select the role of the user too. And there we go. And that user then gets added to the interface. You can edit that user. For example, we could change admin. And notice too that there's a validation here. So if you put in an email address that it belongs to an existing user, you get both an error message here and an error message here. So you have to change it to something new. And these utilities probably should make a fair amount of sense to you, just sort of intuitively. You can delete users here. You can also add more roles if you wanted to, like create another role. I don't know, make make a flunky role, and flunky gets added. And then if you go back into users and say open up edit an existing user, you could then add the flunky role to the user if you wanted to. And these utilities are already built in. Your job in this assignment is to actually create a courses admin tab that functions or add courses button that it functions exactly like the users and the roles admin utilities. So if you go here into courses, you can create a course. We can call it Web 1430 perhaps, and then we can enroll students in the course if we wanted to. And then if we come back here, maybe we could change it just to one student. So and then you can also delete your students also, like that. So that's your job. This is looks like a simple interface, and it is. But to code it, you'll want to look at all the functionality and the code that is running the users functionality and the roles functionality. So again, your job is to add this other button, courses button, and add this functionality that you see here, so that you can add courses, you can edit those courses, you can delete those courses. When you add a course, that you can enroll students in the course. And that's the assignment. There are two small details you should be aware of. So if we look at all the users, the users with the Weber email address are the ones who have the student role associated with them. So when you go in to actually enroll, create a course and enroll students in those in that course, let's do that right now. notice that the only users that come up are ones with the student role. So the admin is not included here. So that's one part of the functionality you need to be able to add. Now let's add one other detail too is let's add a course. Let's just call it web. And we've added a course called web. Actually, there's no enrollments in it right now, but that's fine. Now if we add another course with the same name, it performs a validation, and it says that we can't actually add this. And look, I have to actually change this message here. This is to this course has already been used, and maybe you can do it if I don't get around to it. But that is your job. You need to add that validation functionality, and you also need to make sure that the accounts that you can enroll in the course are only accounts that have the student role in them.